And we are live. Hello, hello. Oh, and I need to cut down ringers and stuff on my phone. How's everybody doing?
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Good. It's good to see everybody.
Yeah. Look at everybody. We have more than just two people on the screen.
hello.
All right, so obviously you know Valerie. I'm Victor.
We have from the Carnival Sunshine. Now, there may be more people jumping in here, and I'm hoping they are. If they do, that's great. But if not, let's start over here. And you can introduce yourself, Shantae, that just changed to Tayshawn.
I'm Tayshawn, also known as Shantae.
Yep. And then we'll go down here to Denise.
Hi, I'm Denise.
And then Jackie doesn't have her camera on. She's in the car with the cow. There she is.
Okay, just real quick.
That's Jackie.
Okay, that's enough. Hey, Jackie.
Guys,
So Victor and I know each other from the Carnival Legend, and we became partners in crime or in travel, whichever way you want to say it. But I know the rest of the ones that are on here from the Carnival Sunshine 2 years ago. And I think was today the day that we got off, or is it tomorrow? I've lost track.
I think it was today, the
I can't
15th.
remember. Was it the 8th through the 16th? I think it's tomorrow.
you're right.
I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow would be out. What a sad, sad day, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
So
right
today would have been our last day to party.
yeah, and
yeah.
party
Last day at sea.
because right about this time would have been when Mikey, which was our cruise director, phenomenal. I love Mikey. He was doing his 80s trivia, you know, the dancing on the bar. Did y'all get to go to that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just Victor. I know they do it on every cruise, but Mikey, I think, brought a whole different energy to it. I mean, he's just
Brought that
He
extra
was an
spin.
animal.
yeah, he really was. So, but before we started the cruise for months, we were a member of a cruise group on Facebook that was specific for our cruise.
Yeah.
I believe Heather originally set it up, but then Dottie and Terry and Alex kind of were able to be the administrators of it because Heather wasn't able to do it. Did you all were in that group, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was the annoying question of the day.
You were
person.
not annoying. You were funny.
You were great, Valeria.
Yeah.
I actually had somebody tell me I was annoying in that.
I don't know who they were, but
I
they
don't
should
know
have been
who they
kicked
were.
out of the group.
Right.
They weren't being very fun.
Right.
No, they really weren't. But you
They
know
were the
what? It
Debbie
got people
Downers.
talking. Yeah, it got people talking. Got people, you know, just interacting with each other. So, but through that cruise group, we planned a whole lot of activities that kind of, I think, enhance the cruise.
Yes,
I
it
don't know
did.
about
And I loved wearing the shirts. I still have my shirt. I loved wearing
Oh,
the
me too. I love my
too.
shirt.
I wear it all the
the
time.
purple one, the
Yes.
purple.
Yeah.
And Dottie actually made those. Do
So
what,
y'all,
Victor?
tips and trips. If you guys are in a cruise group, come together, plan for some shirts, buy one. It's a fun memory to have. Just,
Yeah, because on the Carnival Legend, we did it, and that was a Halloween cruise, the last one we did. So we had the orange t-shirts.
yes, we did.
We had the purple t-shirts for the 2018 Sunshine Cruise. So I'm getting my little t-shirt collection going. You know, but they're fun, and they make it easy to where when you walk on the ship that first day, people know you. You
Yeah.
know, it's hard to recognize somebody maybe just from seeing them on the internet. Did you all
You
come
mean
to
I didn't
the
look like my glamorous Facebook picture?
you know,
Oh,
honestly, I think on embarkation day, I think there's so much excitement that you're taking in so much of everything around you.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for those shirts because I would have missed everybody if I hadn't spotted the purple, I think.
But to
And
And the
caveat off that,
beads.
not everybody looks like their Facebook profile picture.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Sure don't.
I don't look like mine.
I don't look like
Me
mine
either.
right now.
I don't either. I look like a person in mine.
You know, Jackie, I think I first met you actually during muster
When we
drill.
were,
That's how I met
that's
Jackie
when we
too.
were standing next to you guys in muster.
Yeah, that was that was one of the longest muster drills
Oh.
I've ever been.
I didn't
Yeah.
meet a lot of you guys until the meet and greet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
Okay.
night we had that. I
That
forgot
was great. The meet and greet was so fun.
Yeah.
the shot glass exchange. We did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
the
the
ice
ice cream
cream.
social.
Did
Yeah,
y'all do
the
a bar crawl
social was great.
or a pub crawl?
Yes, we did do a
Yes,
bar.
the pub crawl.
Yeah. Did Denise, did
The
you?
masquerade was fun because we all kind of stuck out. We all had our mask, and people were like, "What's going on? That was nice when we did that."
Yeah. Did what activities did you all participate in? I'll start with you, Shantae. What did you do? The shot glass? Did you? I know you did the ice cream.
I did the ice cream. That's the one that stuck out the most for me because I love
Yeah.
ice cream.
Well,
I want to say I did the meet and greet, and then after that, I can't remember. I mean, the rest of the time is a big blur.
did you have the Cheers package? No, I'm just playing.
No, but you know, you go on these cruises, you get involved in all these groups, and then you're doing stuff on your own. So it's understandable that it just sometimes it does all just blur together.
Yeah. Thanks, Victor,
Yeah.
for having my backup on that one.
You're welcome.
You didn't let her answer about
Shantae, because Shantae, we did the Michael Jackson thing with your mom and was that
My
your
sister.
Oh my
Yes.
God, that was so fun. The trivia, Michael Jackson trivia.
Yep.
That was fun.
I have
forgot
my
about that. Yeah.
I have
remember
my
that 'cause I
cruise
love Michael.
vlog that shows I've got Jackie and Tammy that were out there dancing during sail away. They're on my
Oh God,
video.
yeah. I think I did all the
Um,
activities. I did everything that we had. I think I did. Me and
Yeah, I
Tammy
think-
did.
Did you come? You came to tea time too. That they
Yes,
didn't.
we did tea time.
Oh, I did that
That's
too.
my first time having the clotted cream and stuff. So we did tea time. That was my first time doing that. That was nice.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
anybody that doesn't know, on sea days you have tea time.
Oh, it's
I think
so nice.
Yeah, I think you can buy some of the specialty teas, but you can do the little regular tea bags that are free, and they have all kinds of wonderful little desserts and finger
Ah,
food.
Yes. It was
And
so
it's
good.
great. It's a great chance to try stuff that you might not have ever tried before.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Disclaimer: if you're not from the South, it is not sweet tea.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know, in all the cruises I've been on, I've never done tea time. I
Oh,
gotta
really?
do it.
Ew.
Yeah, that was my first time. It was great. My God, that clotted cream. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do tea time my next cruise.
Yeah.
Had to throw that in there because Southerners get really, really mad about their tea.
Yeah, now we're talking
I've
about
heard that.
hot tea. We're
Yeah.
talking about hot tea. So, but I will say tea time is free, guys. I mean, it's free. Go take advantage of the free activities. But also, if you have a cruise group that's going on, they're creating activities. We had slot pull.
Hot cool, yeah.
Yeah, like Jackie said, the masquerade, which guess who gets on the ship and realizes her masks are still at home in the.
Whoops.
Oh, that was me too.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't the only one then. I'm
Now, also though, when you're doing like tea time, you can take your own drinks if you hate tea. Hello.
Mary Grace. There. Oh,
I-
you're gonna have to unmute. She's connecting. So,
There we go.
hey, Mary Grace.
Hey Val.
Hey, Mary Grace. Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
I like poo poo.
Oh, Mary Grace just had, I hope you don't mind me saying, some surgery
I-
a few days ago. So, but thank you for jumping in. We were just talking about the activities and we were specifically talking about tea time just now on the Sunshine.
Oh, tea time was fun. It was my first time doing it.
Yeah, that was my
And the
first time.
desserts were phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, if you're not a big tea drinker, like I said, just bring your own drinks. You know, if you like soda, water, whatever you want.
Yeah,
Um,
whatever you got mixed with your
cup.
alcohol, you know. Pina colada, daiquiri, margarita, whatever you want to bring. So let's talk about the first port, which was St. Kitts.
Love St. Kitts.
I love St. Kitts.
Oh, I loved it. That cruise had the best itinerary ever. It really did.
I've done that
Okay.
itinerary twice.
St. Kitts is my favorite destination I've ever been to. So,
I absolutely love St. Kitts.
Yeah. What about you, Denise? Did you like St. Kitts and what'd you
I
do
did.
there?
I liked all the ports that we went to. I did. That was one of my favorite itineraries.
What did you do in St. Kitts?
I'm trying to remember.
I know. I did a tour. Me and Tammy did a tour with Liz Pereira Tours. And that was really
Yeah.
nice. Right around the island. That was fun. She was great. She is a really nice, sweet lady. She's lived there. She's from Canada and she's lived there for a while. So she gave us all the ins and outs.
I
And we
think
did a tour
that's
with her.
yeah. We did a tour. We went on the same tour that Dottie and Terry went on, I believe.
So that was probably the one that the group put together.
Yeah.
Mary Grace, did you do that one too?
No, we just got in a taxi and did the
Okay.
tour of the island.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of the beach. For the life of me, it's not coming to my head. We went to the beach.
Shante, what'd you do there?
We did a train ride. So we did a train
Oh.
ride around the island, and they had like singers come on and sing to us, and he had like free margaritas. The free margaritas, and then you got like some sugarcane cookies. And you got a chance
Nice.
to see like the volcanoes and the whole island and all that stuff like that. So
Well, I'm
I
doing
really
that next
enjoyed
time.
that.
The
Yeah.
beach is nice, but I'm doing that next time.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
didn't
really
see an
nice.
option for a train ride. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it does. That sounds nice.
Steve and I did the rainforest safari, where, we didn't get to see any monkeys, but I wanted to see monkeys, but we didn't get to see them. But then we went to the beach and I got to try conch fritters for the very first time.
I
Those
love
are like-
fritters.
those are amazing.
And they're even
America.
better when you're sitting on a beautiful beach. So
You have to check out Liz. We saw all kind of monkeys with her because she was like, "Watch out for." They named this soup something, and she's like, "It's monkey soup."
oh,
So we saw monkey. Yeah, they make soup.
now most of the excursions there, are we still here? Can everybody still hear me? Or did Jackie?
Yeah,
Oh,
Jackie
She
just
put her
muted
stuff
herself.
on mute.
okay. So a lot of the excursions gives you rum punch. Did you all get to try the rum punch? Thank Kitts. It
Yes.
was really good. It was really good. One thing that I really thought was fascinating about St. Kitts, and I've shared this, is that the church where Amazing Grace was written is there.
Mhm.
Oh,
Really?
Hey, Sean, were you saying something?
Oh yeah, can y'all hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. All right. So our second, now we were supposed to have went to St. Martin first, remember? And they had to do the switch because
Mhm.
there was a hurricane that was predicted and they were trying to make us miss it. So they switched St. Martin and St. Kitts. So we went to St. Kitts first and St. Martin day 2.
Right.
So what did y'all think about St. Martin?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was nice, but St. Kitts was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Oh, I like St. Martin's. Almost. We did a tour. We just took a personal tour, Tammy and me and Kim, and we did a train that took us on the Dutch and the French side. So we actually got to go around the complete island.
Yeah. The Dutch side, I will say, is probably a little bit better, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yes.
Now,
A train that took us on the Dutch.
hang on just a minute. I've got to turn the volume down. Victor, are you watching chat?
I am.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I don't need to then.
Yeah.
You can hear everything feeding back. To me, the most interesting part of St. Martin was the airplane beach.
Oh, I didn't go
Uh,
there.
Maho.
Oh God, that was so nice. We went to Airplane Beach. That was cool.
Now, Mary Grace, you all didn't do airplane beach either, right?
We did. We hired a private taxi and he took us around the entire island. And then we went to Airplane Beach. The only thing I really enjoyed at Airplane Beach was the dancers.
Yes, I loved them, and I've got pictures of them.
The dancers were great. But when he took us up on the Dutch side, that was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Now, Mary Grace and her husband are ones that typically don't book excursions before they go, correct?
Yeah.
So she is kind of the living, breathing proof that you don't have to have an excursion before you go. Now, I, on the other hand, try to book everything just because I want to know what I'm doing. But Mary Grace and them are very much fly by the seat of your pants, figure it out when you get there kind of people.
My husband is very frugal. So the money we spend on a cruise is a lot to him. So to pay for excursions would be, I mean, he doesn't even have any clue how much I actually pay for cruises. You know what I'm saying? So if we go to an island and we can get a private taxi for $40 and they show us around, that's our excursion for the day.
Right. And there's definitely nothing wrong with that. And, you know, I mean, because you've had some great experiences on these cruises and doing that, right? Sometimes you get more than what somebody booking an excursion would get, you know?
Yeah, but I like to hear the excursions that people do. And I look at a lot of the reviews before I would book an excursion. I think I've actually, when in the Grand Cayman Islands, there's an excursion that I absolutely love that I'll book through the boat. And we booked the group one to see the sloths.
Yes.
I will say
Yes.
you can't
So that's
always.
on the web- I'm sorry, go ahead, Victor.
I was gonna say what you can't always trust the reviews online though, because some of the best ones that I've been on had some of the worst reviews.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's where meeting people on the cruise ship and becoming lifelong friends comes into play. And you could hear the things that they did
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
go by somebody that you trust. Like Valerie's done some excursions that I've seen on her vlogs that I would have never thought of because use, and she had a blast.
Yeah.
You know, Valerie likes to step out of her comfort zone.
Sometimes I'm a big chicken.
We have a scaredy cat bucket list for Valerie, so
Yeah, starting my scare. Well, Mary Grace was actually with me when I went across the swinging bridge on Grandfather Mountain. So
Yeah.
Mary Grace, Victor, I don't know if you remember, she was on the Legend with us as well.
I slightly remember her. Yeah.
She, so Shantae, what did you do? What did we say you did in St. Martin?
I'm gonna have to think on this because I don't really.
Oh, I gotta tell y'all, I have to tell y'all this. We were at the little beach bar thing there at Maho Beach, and we were getting ready to leave to go back and get on the van. And Steve turned around and his face, I don't see my husband blush very often. I was like, what in the world? He was like, look, and this woman literally, I didn't realize that you didn't have to wear tops if you didn't want to. And here she was all hanging out on the bar. And I'm like, no, put them back. Just put them away. But yeah, just don't be surprised if you're sitting there and there are people that are topless. And that was at Maho Airplane Beach, not even at, they have the clothing optional beach off of Orient Beach. This wasn't even there. So, San Juan, that was the next stop. What'd y'all think about San Juan?
I love San Juan.
Yeah.
I was upset because, of course, with the hurricane that had been there before, we were going to go to is it the rainforest that was there? El
Yeah.
Yunque? Yeah, so
Junque.
it was closed. So we ended up at the Bacardi factory, which was neat, but the forest would have been so much better.
Yeah.
We went to the Bacardi Rum Factory, and I actually enjoyed that tour.
Yeah, but when you got your
I know, it
heart
was
set
neat.
on the rainforest and you end up in a rum
Yeah.
factory,
Well, I got to do both. So
yeah. Well, there
Victor,
it
did you
was.
order the special rum at the end? The special, one of the girls that was with us did. She ordered the special that they bottle right there for you.
no, we didn't. I was
It
like
was like
16.
$170.
I was too young at the time. I was like 16.
Oh, you couldn't even
Oh.
drink there. Just
Yeah.
sit over there. Young, and just
But
sit
I
over there.
enjoyed the tour. The rainforest was beautiful though because we actually flew into San Juan, Puerto Rico when I went, and then got on the ship and then came back and spent an extra couple more nights. So we got to explore it a little bit more on a personal level.
That's cool.
See, now I have a
Um,
different opinion about the rainforest because we did a rainforest. I didn't do it on that trip, but I had done it when on my what is that stuff called? My honeymoon. That's the word I'm looking for. Um,
what is that? Where you go on a trip after you get married? What is that?
yeah, whatever's that called when you go, when you get
What's
married.
marriage?
Exactly. And to me, the rainforest was beautiful, but it wasn't much to really see. I don't know if it was because it was before the hurricane. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. It was just like we didn't see any animals, we didn't see anything. It was just a forest.
Yeah. So I went when there wasn't any hurricanes. So like we got to see all the birds and all the animals and all the life,
See, we didn't get any of that. All we seen
Um,
was green forest, and that was it. And we're just like, wow, we paid money for this. So
yeah.
it was a nice trip just to go around and see the forest, but to expect to see the animals, I don't think every time you will be that lucky to see the animals.
Yeah.
And so,
It's weather depending because if the birds are going to fly, they're going to.
yeah,
It's that instinct, fight or flight.
Now,
that's true.
Denise, you said you had a really good experience. You loved it. Did you go on an excursion or did you spend the time in Old San Juan?
I've been to San Juan more than once, and I like Old San Juan and the cobblestone
Yeah.
streets. I just think that's beautiful. And so, and I go shopping there, and like I bought pearls there for my daughter when she was little, and I saved them until she got married and gave them to her at her wedding. Then I went back and I got pearls for my daughter-in-law because I knew her mom wouldn't do something like that for her because of circumstances. So I got her pearls and I gave them to my daughter-in-law. So it's kind of like a tradition thing for me. And then I have been to the rainforest. I was there in the 90s, and I've gone, and it was right after they had experienced a hurricane, and I saw a lot of disaster there and regrowth. And I have a very strong connection with nature. So to see the destruction and then to see the regrowth, it was something that was very special for me. But I agree with Shantae, there was not a lot of animals. There wasn't birds. It was just the nature and seeing how nature recreates itself. That was special for me.
Right.
I just enjoy walking around San Juan and the crafts, the street vendors and stuff like that. I grew up very, very poor. So for me, that's kind of a connection for me as well. And then it reminds me of New York City a little bit, as when you walk around New York City and you have all the street vendors and all, and being from New York, it's kind of a common thing. So I have just I enjoy it. It's
Okay.
Little
one
touch
my
of home.
It is a little touch of home for me. I'm not Hispanic, I'm Italian, but yet it's still the same. So I do like it there. But this
Now-
time I just walked around. I didn't do any excursions. I walked around and I went to Old San Juan and I walked around and saw all the architecture and up by the fort, and I did a lot of walking. Walking that my feet
Yeah.
hurt. My feet hurt when I was done. That's how much walking I did.
Yeah. Now, Mary Grace, did you do the Old San Juan there? Did you just stay there?
Yeah, we stayed there, but we found out from some of the locals that there was a free trolley that you can get on and off all over town. So we just trolley hopped all day, and then we walked up to the fort. And I tell you what, the only thing I didn't like about San Juan, it seemed like it was all uphill.
Yeah.
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 It
That
does.
is
It was
one
no
thing.
downhill. Everything was up.
Yeah, even coming back down the hill seems uphill.
Yes.
Yeah, it is definitely beautiful there. We ended up going to El Condado, which is the other side, not Old San Juan, but it's the newer part. And we did a sea trek excursion where you were supposed to walk underwater. Well, guess who's claustrophobic and was not able to do it? Me. But my husband did, and he fried our GoPro at the time. So,
Oh no.
but luckily GoPro was wonderful and replaced it. But I was able to get what little bit of footage off of it. I didn't lose all of that, but the beaches in Puerto Rico are beautiful. Hey, Jackie, if you're muted, you might want to unmute. But anyway, the beaches are beautiful, I think, in San Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Just amazing. Jackie, what did you do in San Juan this past time? Oh, you said the rum distillery. Sorry.
Yeah, we did the Bacardi factory because the facility was just closed. Yeah, I'm keeping it muted because my kids are in the background. So I don't want
Oh, you're
but I'm
fine.
messing
You're
up.
fine.
But yeah, so the Bacardi factory was a nice tour, but like you said, when your heart's set on going to the rainforest, you're like,
Yeah, that's kind of the way I was in St. Kitts. I wanted to see the monkeys in the rainforest, and we saw the rainforest, but we didn't see the monkeys, so.
yeah.
And our final stop on that cruise was Grand Turk. And I wanted to fall in love with Grand Turk, y'all. I really did, because I had heard so many wonderful things about Grand Turk. I'm not a beach dweller usually. I'm really
Seriously?
not. No.
You know what? People always forgotten a couple times.
Jackie, you're breaking up.
Me, oh yeah, it's where I'm at. Can y'all hear me still?
Okay, I can now.
Okay. Yeah, Grand Turk to me is more just drinking. Me and Tammy did a tour on another cruise and went all the way around and stuff. There's really not much there.
No. I think now, Mary Grace and them, you all stayed on the beaches, right? Or did you?
We went to the beach, and I think we went for a boat ride to the beach.
Okay. And you actually went and met, did you not go meet Topher?
Yes.
I met Topher. We
Topher.
met Topher too. He's passed
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, he has. Topher was an amazing little dog.
He was.
Yeah,
But
and
then they got they got a female now, right? Another
Calypso.
dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet Topher before he passed, but Topher, for those that don't know, he was a regular at Jack Shack on Grand Turk. He was the dog. You can search him on YouTube. There's all kinds of YouTube videos about Topher. He would dig. I mean, he was just.
He
was a
would
cute
play.
little dog.
He would jump in the sand. He'd do everything. And then as he got older, his joints started having problems. So they would ask people to please not do it. And then unfortunately decayed from there. But he was an amazing little animal.
He was very friendly.
Yeah. Did you meet him, Shantae?
Not on this cruise, well, of course not on this one, but I did on my one 3 years ago,
Oh,
maybe 4. I don't know.
well, I'm the only one that didn't get to meet him.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember the
And
name of the new dog now. I forget.
Calypso.
Thank you.
Calypso. You're welcome. And they actually had Calypso at the same time they had Topher. They got Calypso. Did they have Calypso when you were there, Mary Grace? Did they have both of them?
There was two dogs making
Yeah.
babies.
Yep, it was Topher and Calypso. So there you go. What did you do? We went on a sightseeing tour around the island. And the biggest thing I can say, now the beaches are beautiful, but the backside of the island,
It's not.
it's really not. I mean, it's
It's a little derelict.
It's kind of like people's houses, you know, how they make it look nice on the outside, and then you go to take in for that little tour, and it's just like, what is this?
I'm glad to notice I'm not the only one. I mean, don't get me wrong, Grand Turk is beautiful. I mean, you know, it's just, it was not one of my favorite islands. You know, I hate to say that. The best thing about it is there's wild horses and wild donkeys that run all over the place. That's kind of
Don't
cool.
forget the chickens.
Yeah, and the chickens. So, what did you all like about Grand Turk?
I like Margaritaville.
Margarita. But we went there after we did our sightseeing tour. I mean, it was a long wait to even get a table, but yeah. So you went to Margaritaville?
Romeo said slums. Grand Turk isn't really. No, it's not slums. It's just not what you would expect.
I think it's not the richest of islands. Let's kind of say
Yeah.
maybe one side of the island has more the touristy side as opposed to the non-touristy side. What do
Yeah.
y'all think? So Margaritaville, you went to Margaritaville, Shante.
Yes, I did Margaritaville, and then we just really well, on this trip we just stayed on the beach.
Uh-huh.
So we did that a lot, and got a lot of, a lot of times they have those big old drinks that you pay like $10 for, and you can just drink all day and keep getting them refilled. So that's pretty much what we did. On this cruise, we celebrated my sister's 25th birthday. So that's pretty much all we did was celebrate. So we
Yeah.
did that, and then the like I said, Margaritaville, and that was it. Now on a previous cruise, me and my husband did the ATVs, and we did the tour of the island, and like you all said, it was like, oh, okay, this is beautiful, okay, all
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
it was still a good experience.
Oh yeah, I mean, we did get to see the lighthouse, so I mean the island, you can rent a golf cart there and drive the island 15 times probably while you're there in a golf cart. I mean, the island,
It's small.
it is,
Small.
it's small. But yeah, Jackie, are you still there? Okay. Mary Grace, what did you think about Grand Turk?
I wasn't impressed.
Yeah. I think you all did some snorkeling there, right?
Yeah, we brought our snorkel gear, and we were with Kim and Eric, I believe.
Yeah.
And we did a taxi tour of the island first. Did one of the booze factories, I don't know. I know Kim and Eric went home with them. And then we did that little beach.
Yeah.
That was-
And Denise,
Yeah.
what did you do there?
On that particular cruise, we stayed on the beach. Jim wasn't quite up to feeling well. On a previous cruise, I did horseback riding in the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. That had been one of my dreams forever to ride, because I've been riding since I'm 4, but I've never ridden in the ocean. So
that's
I
awesome.
yeah.
Have you all anybody else done the horseback riding excursions on any of the islands?
So it was good. I do have to give them kudos. They took really good care of the horses, and I think that they took really good care of the patrons. So I do have to say that I thought they handled it really well.
Mhm.
You know, and there's a lot of vendors who don't.
Yeah. Now I will say all of the islands, everybody was super friendly on
Mhm.
every one of the islands that we went to.
I agree.
You know, they were just when you go, no, I know in Grand Turk, we went by that little market. Did you all go by that little market that was there? That was
Yes.
two little buildings was all it was,
Mhm.
and they were pretty pushy. But a
They
lot
were
of
just
times
not
they are.
nice.
You know, you don't have a place, you know, normally when you're walking through the port and you've got all the vendors out there, you can just kind of keep walking and say no thank you, whatever. But I wanted to pick up some souvenirs. Well, when you go up under their sheds that they have, you're in their territory. You
Mm.
know, that's their living. And, you know, I was like, let me just buy this and get back on this truck because I'm telling you, I was like, I don't want to get arrested here today. I'm not going to jail in Grand Turk. Not. But you know, usually guys, and for everybody that's listening, if you have vendors, you know, they do count on those sales. That's their primary source of income. Most of them will when you say no thank you, they're okay, they're understanding, you know. I mean, and I'm not one, I don't go in and try to barter. I know you can. um I have a hard time doing it. Do you all barter when y'all go to port?
It
Sometimes.
depends on what the item
Yes.
is.
I mean, I wish I could. I wish I could feel comfortable enough to walk in and say, I will give you X amount. You know, it's marked because I know I can't walk into Walmart here and do it. So I have a hard time thinking about doing it.
So usually, like if I walk in a stand and there's like a T-shirt price at like 30, I'll be like, I'll give you 15 for it. So,
do
and usually they'll take it.
at a starting point.
Yeah, I usually do the price by half, and that way you have a room to negotiate, and then usually you just meet in the middle and close the deal.
Mm. But you
Listen,
know what,
that's a-
Valerie? Don't be afraid to haggle. I've haggled everything, including my taxes, and I have won.
Anybody, I mean, Shantae, what about you?
I don't do it. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, every now and then if I see something and I'm like, I wouldn't pay that money here, then they'll be like, oh well, what can we, how can we, make it whereas you'll buy it? And I'm like, oh well, maybe you drop it about $10, Then they'll be like, okay, we'll go ahead and let you go ahead and buy it for that price. But I guess I am doing that because if I see something that is too expensive, I'm just gonna tell them no, I'm not gonna buy it. But just to go in and start off saying that I'm not, I don't expect it.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't do it either. They get me. They get over on me because I just pay the price. But I'm like you, Shantae. I'm like, if I see it, they'll normally grab me if I start to walk away because I'll be like, yeah, but I'm not paying that price.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Usually they take me slow. When we were on our first cruise, I shared this before in Cozumel. They actually took and slapped a bracelet on Andrew's arm and tied it like 3 times. It was one of those cloth bracelets. And, I was like, and they were like, oh, it's $12. I mean, you done had my son in the bracelet. How am I supposed to? And of course, my son was, 17 years old. But I mean, he was just like, here's your name in Spanish. And I couldn't even say, hey, I'll give you 6. We ended up paying full price for that daggum bracelet just to get Andrew out the door.
It's a sales tactic. I've been in sales my whole life. It's a sales tactic.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, you see, that needs to go on my scaredy cat bucket list, I think, because what's the worst they can say? No. I mean, Mary Grace, are you a haggler?
Yep, my husband's better though.
I figured Jack would be better at that. Yes.
Yes.
So,
Now, if it's jewelry, haggle, 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 because 99% of the time it's fake.
listen to Victor.
And when it's not fake, it's got at least a 200% markup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bare minimum.
Well, I'm not a shopper anyway, though. So maybe that's the problem too. I think if I was really going in there, I'm just like, let me run in here, pick up like 2 or 3 souvenirs and I'm done.
I'm not a shopper, but I am in sales, so I can tell you everything is marked up, including in those little huts. They're
Yeah.
marked up.
In the little huts, they're usually marked up the most.
Yep.
For anybody that has not been to some of these ports, that's not done cruises, things like that, just remember you can barter. And I always make the recommendation, here's your tip for the night. Take some small bills with you. Don't take 20s, 50s, $100 bills with you when you go in. Take ones and fives and tens. I mean, even tens would be too times. I would take
When you-
ones and fives.
Someone asked, when you go on these cruises, do you have to get certain vaccines before going? Not typically. No.
Mm-mm.
Not on the Caribbean cruises. I don't know about any of the rest of the world cruises. Anybody got an answer to that one?
Nope.
I've never had to have any special.
Contact the cruise line.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If you're doing an intercontinental, you would ask the cruise line, but I've never heard of it.
Jackie, did you say you have?
No, I have not.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, do remember though, it is strongly, strongly recommended that you travel with a passport. That is one of a big tip I'm going to give you. Yes, on a cruise, if it's leaving from the United States and coming back to the United States, you can travel with a birth certificate and an ID. However, if for some reason you miss your ship, you will not have a way to come back into the United States without a passport. So just my tip of the day. Now I have the passport card, so which that's only going to get me back by land or by water, so
Okay.
not by air.
Yep.
Here's another tip. If you leave your passport in your safe, have a picture of your passport in your phone.
Yep. I
Yeah.
always make that recommendation. What were you saying, Jackie?
My mother was born in France and had a French birth certificate when we went on a cruise when we were younger, and she almost got stuck because she didn't have a passport. So she went and got her passport. Yeah, she's a naturalized citizen, so you have to be careful with that.
Okay, I think you said that your mother almost got stuck because,
Yeah,
she
because-
had a passport, and then she went and
Yeah,
got
she was
one.
a naturalized citizen.
She's a naturalized citizen.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's born in France, so.
Okay. Yeah. What, Shantae, how many cruises have you been on total?
About 11 or 12.
Wow.
Not that
Okay,
many though. Sorry. I'm not like some folks. Like I think Jackie's probably been on like 25 of them.
No, you passed me. I've only been on 4.
Oh, wow.
You cut
You've been on so
Jackie.
many, yeah.
I've only been on 8.
Okay.
So
Denise, how many have you been on?
Hello?
Denise.
There
Oh,
we
I'm
go.
sorry, I couldn't hear you. 17 or 18?
Wow.
Wow. I need to be like her.
Mary Grace, how many have you been on?
Probably 15.
And I'm the newbie. I got 4 coming up. Well, it'll be 4 coming up, but look at all this cruise experience sitting right here on this screen right now. I mean, and everybody gets such different experiences out of a cruise. I mean, and a cruise really is what you make it. How many of you all get offended? I'm just going to throw this out there. If somebody walks in blue jeans into the main dining room, does that affect any of y'all?
No.
Nope.
I could care less.
Okay, then I must be the bitch of the group. When I dress up, like when I have nice, I want everybody to dress up. I'm worried about taking my husband because he's the type, he'll be like, I don't give a shit. I can be there in a dress, and he's going with his slides and a wife beater on.
Jackie, you're cutting in and out, but I picked up a few key words in there. Husband and
She
I
dressed
picked
up,
up a few more words. Dressed
and she
up
wants
and
everybody
dressed
else to
like.
dress
Can you hear me?
and her husband doesn't.
I told Valerie when I met you, my husband is like your husband, Valerie. He's not dressing up. He doesn't care for what. He's not going to do it.
That is my husband. I heard that part of it. My husband, he thinks nice blue jeans or
Yeah, and that's my
dark
husband.
jeans. And I can get him in a button-up shirt
Yep.
for a while. But he's gonna wear his cowboy boots or whatever he's got, you know. But I have seen a lot of people now, just because somebody walked in dressed that way, has it ruined anybody's cruise on here? I mean, has anybody
No.
gotten to that? I mean,
No.
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 Not at all.
I know a lot of people I think get scared to go on cruises because they think that it's expected and required that they wear that.
Well, they're probably reading all the posts on the cruise book, Facebook pages, and people
Or
are
Cruise
on there
Critic.
who are, screaming and yelling in their texts and saying how it shouldn't be allowed, especially on like John Heald's page, and people are
Oh, yes.
crying to him about how it shouldn't be allowed and there should be a dress code again and blah,
And then
blah,
you got-
blah, blah, blah.
Then you got Cruise Critics.
Right.
That is the worst website ever. Stay away from it.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree. I mean, John Heald, he takes so much.
Yeah, hats off to John Hill. I'm like, he does an incredible job and has a
He
patience.
does.
I couldn't
He
do
has
it.
such a sense of humor.
Yeah.
It blows me
Yeah, I
away.
couldn't do it. I've even
No.
lost my job by now.
He works like 24/7 for the most part, it feels like. He takes a day off here and there, but
And then people grumble about that.
yeah.
Anybody that does not know who John Hild is, he is the brand ambassador for Carnival Cruise Lines. So he's a phenomenal guy. He was a cruise director, I believe.
He
Yes.
started out as a cruise director.
Uh,
Well, no, he started out as a bartender assistant.
Yeah, and then he
Mary-
worked his way up.
On our cruise on the Legend, Mary Grace actually reached out to John, and he actually donated some of the prizes. I believe there was ships on a stick, and
Chips on a stick, 3 bottles of champagne, and I
Oh,
think
wow. Nice.
Spaniards.
yeah. So, all right, y'all. I mean, I appreciate. I know this was not much. What was one thing? I'm just going to ask y'all some final questions here. What was one thing, and I'm going to start with Denise, that really stood out to you about the Sunshine Cruise that might have made it just a little bit more memorable or special? Did you have any key points or key times?
Yeah, actually, our group getting together and just having the organized activities really made it more memorable than any other. And I mean, that was a hard cruise for me because my friend wasn't feeling well, and then him passing shortly after. So, that was just because it was hard. So it made it a memorable cruise for me, and I can actually have good memories of that cruise instead of bad.
Right. And everybody can still talk, I mean, it's not just like you get off the ship and you're done, so I think that group carried over.
It did.
Mary Grace, what was
Yeah.
something that stood out to you?
The last thing, friendships. The ice cream social that we did.
Yeah.
I thought that, we had a great outcome with it, and, just watching other cruises that didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, pretty cool. Everybody wanting to know where the waffle cones and the M&Ms came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oreos,
Where were the sprinkles?
And guys, let me give you here's your tip. If you stuff Oreos and M&Ms and Reese's Pieces and things in your luggage, nobody's going to say one word to you about taking stuff on the ship. You can
That's
do
right.
that. As long as I think it's supposed to be sealed.
Yes.
It's supposed to be think about it. If you have a cruise group that you're a part of, coming up with, you got free ice cream on the cruise. I mean, everybody brings a topping, and we had staff coming by, and we did it on the Legend as well. We had staff coming by getting ice cream and toppings. I mean, that was awesome. So, but yeah, the lasting friendships, Mary Grace, I know. Mary Grace and Jack and Kim and I have actually, and Eric and my husband have actually, done trips outside of cruising since then, and the Sunshine's where I met them. So, Jackie, what's one thing, if we can hear you, that kind of stands out?
For me, like you said, I kind of got on the Facebook group late. I was in school, so I had a lot going on. But I think having that Facebook group and then getting together on the ship with the meetups and the activities really stood out. Me and Tammy have been in other groups, but we just had such a phenomenal group of people that really meshed. Because I've done this before, but nothing to the extent of what we had planned. And that really made it nice.
Okay, I pulled out some of that. I heard Tammy. I heard a phenomenal group of people. You know, and everybody was phenomenal in that group,
Mhm.
you know, and I think that it's so different. How cool is it to walk on a ship and feel like you're not walking onto a bunch of strangers, but you're actually walking on to people
Yes.
you know?
If anybody has anxiety, it probably helps them with it too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Denise, I believe you were one of the first ones I actually met when I walked into the atrium that day.
Yes.
Valerie, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. We were online, waiting to board the ship, and I go, Valerie.
Yeah. So, you know, and it was the purple shirts, but it was also seeing each other's pictures on Facebook and you know, having that interaction. So, all right, Shantae, what about you?
I'm going to have to piggyback off of everybody else. I think having the Facebook group and just knowing everybody before we got on and interacting with all our activities was like the best thing ever. And then the lasting friendships. And then also, I also have like the deck picture we took when we was all on the Lido deck. That big picture of all of us together. That is really means a lot to me. So I think that's what I took out
Yes.
from our cruise, because that was a beautiful moment. I mean, it was like everybody from all different walks of life, didn't care who you were, what your religion was, what your politics was, nobody cared. It was just everybody getting together to having a good time and enjoying their vacation. And that's what I liked about the
I did make a joke one time though, because this one lady was a Jehovah Witness. I was like, they follow you all the way out here.
The opinions expressed by Victor Boswell does not, it's not a reflect. All right, anyway.
I'm just
No,
joking, y'all. I have nothing against whatever religion you guys enjoy it, but
good sense
gosh.
of humor. Everybody has jokes.
Yeah, they do. Now, Victor, you were not on the Sunshine, but you
I
were
was-
a Mixed cruise group. So
I
what
was.
the one thing, and I'm going to encourage, easiest way to find a cruise group for the cruise that you're on. Carnival cruise date, if it's Carnival. If it's Royal Caribbean date.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Your cruise. That's what I did and found the ones that I have found.
The one thing I would recommend is be involved in your cruise group before you actually leave. That way people can actually genuinely get to know you and you know what's going on. They know what's going on. There's not this big conflict.
Yeah.
If there's nothing going on, make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to jump in there and ask a silly question. Don't be afraid to jump in there and do a game. You can Google games. You know, just Google is your friend. Icebreaker games and adapt it to online. Get the conversation going. I promise you, a cruise group can enhance your experience. You can have long lasting friendships. You can have, you know, I mean, I really would love to put a group cruise together with another Carnival Sunshine group.
That
you
would
know,
be
to
great.
bring everybody back. You know, and kind of, you know, because that's how close that group was.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, that's-
tell you, I'm still friends with people I met on a cruise 10 years ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming on
Thank
tonight.
you.
Thank
I
you
am
for having me.
I'm so thankful for y'all. And I'm thankful to have to know you all. And I hope we get to cruise together again soon. I mean, because it would be a lot of fun. Right now is a great time to be looking at prices, guys. And I'm not saying this because, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I did some quotes today. Royal Caribbean has got some phenomenal
Oh,
deals.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now they're running the first person, second person, 60% off.
Oh, wow.
Third person,
Oh my
and
gosh.
kids sell free.
Mm-hmm.
So they are
That's
they are
huge.
running some great deals right now. Carnival is also doing, but it's only today and tomorrow, the 60% or roughly $60 per person per day fare, but it's only on certain. They all have some good deals, but that has to be booked today or tomorrow. Okay. So, but Royal Caribbean right now, they got great deals. So,
Nice.
and we're crossing our fingers. I've got a cruise. Let me ask one more question. Next cruise coming up for you, Denise. Have you got one scheduled?
I do for celebration, March 5th, 2022.
Val and I want to go on that one.
I'm on the
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Oh, lucky. I want to go.
Ah,
Yeah, that one is going to be coming out of Port Canaveral, right?
yes.
Canaveral will be the
And
home
it's
to the
fully
Mardi Gras.
booked unless a travel agent has some rooms stocked away.
Yeah, we might be able to find a room or two.
Nice.
Mary Grace, you got a cruise coming up?
November 27th.
Nice.
Nice.
That's Amy's birthday. All right, Jackie, you got one scheduled?
Well, she was supposed to. We were going with my son's school. It was supposed to be in April, and I talked to him about the Mardi Gras. So the lady she was working with that's done hers in the past, I don't know what's going on, but fingers crossed, April of next year.
Okay. Shantae,
I have the 2 in June of 2021.
Nice.
and that is because you didn't get to do your birthday cruise this
That
year.
is correct. And that's first time going solo, so I'm excited.
So
Where are you
Tayshawn,
going?
Yeah.
Solo, pardon me?
Where are you going?
The one from California is going to Mexican Riviera, and then the one from Jacksonville, I think is going to like the Bahamas and some other
Okay.
places.
Nice.
so when you go on your cruise, whichever one, just tell them, hey, the pandemic, I missed my birthday, and you can still celebrate it that way, and they'll make it up to you.
Oh, nice to
Yep.
Oh,
know.
nice.
I
If
will
anyone had a
definitely do that.
wedding, a honeymoon, anything like that, just get in contact with whoever booked your cruise if you did it through a PVP. And I think they'll do stuff for it, or just tell your waiter. I know they'll still bring you a cake too.
Nice,
Really?
thanks
So
for
my
the
cruise
tip.
that I missed because for my anniversary, I can do. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Right, that's
So,
awesome.
Valerie, when's your next one? You
December
and
12th.
Victor.
December 12th for
Okay.
me on Carnival Legend. We are going to Costa Rica, the Panama Canal, and back to Grand Cayman.
And mine,
So,
Oh, nice.
fingers.
and mine is
And I
December
get off
21st.
You going for Christmas? Nice.
I am. Yep. On what was it? Carnival Sensation. It's just a Cosmo out of
I like
Mobile.
this. I like the sensation.
Okay.
I like the legend too.
Well,
Good ships.
It was supposed to be on the Fantasy, but it got scrapped. So
It did. But the sensation is a
Fantasy-
good ship.
yeah.
The Fantasy was our first ship, and now it's gone. So I'm glad I got to sell her before she's gone. The Legend, this will be our second cruise on the Legend, and we actually booked the exact same room.
Did you really?
So
That's cool.
I loved where the room was at, so I booked the exact same room. So this will just be my husband and I going on this one.
When I'm booking cruises, I usually look for rooms right by the elevator, just as a personal.
Me too. Center and elevator.
See, that's when I'm
Yeah.
midship and Lido deck. That's me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we
And
all
I
have what we
I have
like.
to have a balcony.
Guys, I'm
And-
fixing to hop off. It was great talking with you guys. I've had a long day. I just got a dance class and ate dinner, and but it was good talking to you guys.
Good night, Jackie.
Okay?
Good night,
Bye.
Jackie. Have a good one.
Bye.
You guys,
All right,
see you. Bye-bye.
guys. On that note, I am going to say good night to everybody. Thank you all again so much for coming on. And I'm going to have you all individually come on to a Cruise Talk Tuesday and share some of your other cruise experiences other than the sunshine now that I know you've got all this. So anyway, I'll be hitting you up for it. So, but
In
thank
case you guys are, I've just been glancing at the weather on my phone this day. So just in case you guys are wondering, because I am in the middle of a hurricane. Yay. So
Hey,
hopefully it'll go away.
Mary Grace, is the hurricane going to affect you?
not at all.
Okay, Mary Grace is in Florida as well. So
Where are you at, Mary Grace?
Panhandle I'm worried about.
Where are you located?
I'm in Pinellas. St.
Okay, I'm in Navarre. Yeah, I'm in Navarre.
Where are you?
Navarre, Florida.
Where's that?
It's in between Destin and Pensacola.
Oh, okay, so you're way up
You're
there.
right. You're
Because I'm right in the middle of the two of you, because I'm in Brooksville.
I forgot Denise. So Chantel, me and you are the only ones that's not down in Florida.
Right. I think we need to move to Florida.
Yeah, well, I don't
Come
know.
on down. We'll have you guys.
Wait a few months.
Right.
Hurricanes are over. All right, y'all. Victor, thank you. Everybody, thank you all so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Everybody have a good night.
All right,
Victor, you
stay
wanna
Always
say
a pleasure, Val.
Good to see all you guys again.
See ya.
Bill
Bye,
back?
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.